Today on Midweek's Best, we take you live to Alex Box as the Tigers try to get back on track against McNeese State.
And later on, we preview this weekend's spring game, and Pat Gunther gives us an inside look at the LSU softball player, Savannah Jaquish.
All that and much more, Midweek's Best starts right now. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Midweek's Best. I am Bat Brunner.
And I'm Derek Kopp. Well, Bat, another week down. How was chilling at home and watching the tournament this past weekend?
Well, that is a little unfortunate because my bracket sucked, but I did finally start my New Year's resolutions. So
there you go. That's
we'll
always
work on that.
Better later than never, right?
No specifics because it might not be too appropriate for the time being.
Better late than never, and spring break's coming up, so always good. Now, to kick off today's show, we would like to send it out to Tiger TV's most tenured reporter, Patrick Clay, who is at Alex Box Stadium. Pat, how's it looking out there?
Yeah, it's looking great out here. It's an absolutely beautiful day for some baseball here at Alex Box. I'm DJ Patrick Clay, rocking the massive headphones, but hey, I got to be able to hear you guys somehow. LSU baseball looking to get back on track after a 5-game winless streak. Not a losing streak, but a winless streak. Tough go at it for the Tigers lately. A tie with Georgia, a loss to Tulane, and then getting swept in Gainesville. So LSU will look to take this midweek game and get back on the winning track before their home series against another ranked opponent, Mississippi State, this weekend. And as you can see, there's not really a lot of people here. I guess a 5-game winless streak will do that, or, McNeese State on a Wednesday. But some interesting storylines coming in for the Tigers. Cody Glenn is back on the mound, the usual midweek starter at this point. Hopefully he can quell the Cowboys' bats and get LSU an early lead going. We'll see if the bats can finally heat up for LSU. That's been a struggle for them in this winless streak. So, reporting live from Alex Box Stadium, I'm Patrick Clay. Back to you guys at the desk.
I don't know. I think the birds are going to die all Thuggets all day. Now, if you guys want to catch the Tigers, you can hurry out to Alex Box after the show with first pitch slated for 6:30. Now, Bat, after the upsetting weekend the Tigers had in Gainesville, where's your confidence level with this team right now?
Well, Derek, there's nothing much to worry about. But, of course, it was an upsetting weekend, and it was unpredictable and tough for Tiger fans to grasp. However, if there's any time a team wants to lose to get the losses out of the way, it is earlier on in the season. So I still expect a good showing from these Tigers for the remainder of this season, and we'll see where we can go from here.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Now, moving now from the baseball diamond to the gridiron, the LSU football team began spring practice all the way back on March 8th. And we'll have a total of 15 practices leading up to Saturday's spring game in Death Valley. Now, the spring game brings many questions each and every year, and let's start with the biggest question on everyone's mind entering this year's game. Who will be the starting quarterback for the Tigers in the 2014 season? Now, most would look no further than sophomore quarterback Anthony Jennings, who filled in for former LSU quarterback Zach Mettenberger in the final quarter against Arkansas and the bowl game against the Iowa Hawkeyes. Now, Jennings gave LSU fans a glimmer of hope for the future at quarterback following a daring last-minute win over rival Arkansas, but then got right back on the bad side of the LSU fans after struggling in the bowl win against Iowa, which was his first NCAA start. LSU quarterback Anthony Jennings was asked after practice what he feels his expectations are and how they compare to Zach Mettenberger's expectations this time last year.
Take shot.
Be better than I was yesterday, compete with myself, and be the best player I can be. I don't know what kind of expectations you have for Zach or what those are for me. I just know that he wants me to improve daily, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Now, the quarterback battle will be a hot one to keep an eye on in the spring game, as both quarterbacks Anthony Jennings and Brandon Harris will look to create some space from each other before the break for summer practices.
Two other positions that are getting plenty of attention this spring are the running backs and the wide receivers, especially after the early departures of Jarvis Landry, OBJ, and of course, Jeremy Hill. Terrence McGee and Kenny Hilliard are the only two scholarship running backs participating in spring practice, so of course they are getting plenty of reps and very impressive. Traven Durrell, has been impressing at wide receiver along with speedster Quantavius Leslie, as both are expected to get playing time next year if they continue this level of play. Everyone is waiting for the summer to come, so Malachi Dupre, Leonard Fournette, and Trey Quinn, and the rest of the Tigers' top 5 ranked recruiting class show up and compete immediately. With many of LSU's future stars not arriving until the summer, expect an exciting spring game, but the real fireworks will arrive after spring practice.
And coming up after the break, Pat will give us an inside look at LSU's star freshman on the softball field, Savannah Jaquish.
Time for me to be quiet, but don't go anywhere because Midweek's Best. We'll be right back.
And that was a winner. 9 straight road wins by the Bruins. The longest in franchise history, only twice earlier.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. At this time, we would like to introduce the only member of our team that has actually had dinner with the King of New York and his wife, Beyonce, Pat. You know I'm going to New York in a few weeks. If you want to ask Jay-Z for a good show around the city, I mean, that would be much appreciated.
Well, Derek, I don't think it'll be too much of a problem considering my multi-million-dollar signing with Rock Nation Sports, but that's beside the point. The LSU softball team has had its work cut out for them this young spring season. Though the Lady Tigers have struggled mightily at points, several players bring leadership and talent to a team filled with potential. Freshman catcher and infielder Savannah Jacquees has shown flashes of brilliance in her first year for the Purple and Gold. Jacquees has put up monster numbers, clocking 9 home runs, all while recording an impressive .589 slugging percentage. The talented California native leads the team in RBIs and has recorded multiple games with 2 home runs or more. Though the season has been somewhat of a letdown for the Lady Tigers, a win against the #1 ranked Florida Gators serves as a beacon of hope for the future. Although it is only her first year, Jacquees has taken to a leadership role with her ball club that, if any indication of her next 3 years, serves as a hopeful example of what could lie ahead for LSU softball.
It didn't matter what my home runs did or what the result was. Like, that was the last innings. All I cared about was the score at the end of the game, and I really wanted to win. So it wouldn't matter if it was me who hit it or if it was one of my teammates. I think that we wanted to win the game, so it didn't matter who it was.
Great segment, Pat. Now, the LSU softball team has had a great out-of-conference record, going 18-6, but so far in the SEC this season, the ladies haven't had as much success, going 2-7 on the road, and does not get any easier as they play both Tennessee and Georgia in the next 2 weeks. So, Pat, what do the Tigers need to do to string together some wins in this tough SEC?
Well, Derek, to start out, I think the ladies need junior A.J. Andrews to continue to swing the bat as well as she has. She's hit .389 and has started all 35 games for the Tigers, so she is just the definition of consistency here. And staying with the centerpiece this week, freshman Savannah Jacquees leads the team with 9 home runs, like I had said earlier, and she needs to continue to hit that ball well to put some runs on the board for the Tigers.
Now, also, you got to look for that senior Allison Falcon to step up in the SEC. I think just because of her leadership, being the senior there, that's going to really help get the team over that hump, get him into the SEC play, get him playing well. Now, hopefully all the bats can continue to connect for AJ and Savannah, and the rest of the team take some notice. But both sides of the ball need to come together if the Tigers are going to get some wins in the SEC. So what do the pitchers need to do to pick this team back up?
Well, Derek, of course, I think it's going to have to start with the aces. Bailey Corbello needs to continue to have the positive effect on the lineup that she has had all year, as she is 10-5 with an ERA of 2.02 and has established herself as the face of this rotation this year. Next in line is Kelsey Selman, of course, who has had a productive year with a 4-2 record and has an ERA of 2.45, but has given up a team low of just 3 home runs so far this season. Finally, the Tigers need to get all the kinks out of the bullpen, and quick, because once you get into the thick of the SEC schedule, it is tough to pull yourselves back up once you have fallen.
Very true. Well, hopefully the Tigers can continue to find the right formula to get on track this weekend against the Bulls. And if you'd like to catch the games, the series opens up on Friday night at Tiger Park at 6 p.m. And Pat, thanks again for the inside look at Savannah Jacquees. And coming up after the break, Bat and I show you guys the best plays from the Arizona Wildcats riots over the weekend.
You know what I'm going to say. Don't touch that dial, because we'll be right back.
High temperature got to about 60 degrees. There's a drive, deep right field. Way back and gone. Neil Walker grew up in Pittsburgh, a huge Pirate fan, lives the dream on opening day. A walk-off winner.
Welcome back to the show, and now it's time for the midweek's best plays of the week.
And let's jump right into it with play number 5. Overall, folks, we're doing the Arizona riots this week, but just to give you a quick overlook, dang, look at all those people out there. Like, it almost looks like they're celebrating, but they lost.
And they lost. Here's play number 4, though. This guy, he just takes a round right to the knee and then just wobbles away out the paint.
Number 3, this is my favorite. Ultimate Frat, TFM, taking these gas pepper bomb paintballs to the chest over and over again, and then wait for him to lower his arms. Wait for it. Boom, 1, 2, and 6 more.
And a face.
And yeah, he gets it in the face. I mean, you should have seen the photo later on.
Here we go. Number 2. The guy gets taken down by the cops and baton. Watch this, though. Pretty weak. Cop grabs him. First of all, can't get a good grip on him. Then he's like, oh, so
you should work out more.
I'm going to throw you with the rest of my buds. Baton. God.
And weren't the Tucson police the ones that were arrested, got in bad luck with all the
This is the favorite. Watch out, the left of your screen. The left of your screen.
Oh,
we feel terrible.
It was so awesome. We want you to see it twice, because boom, shakalaka. She just takes it. There's a guy standing right next to her. And the cop's too scared to hit him. He hits this girl. She must have been 95 pounds.
Oh, my gosh.
It's ridiculous. What is this country coming to? But unfortunately, folks, sorry for that, we are out of time for this week's show. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for the latest news, TTV_Midweek's Best. Don't forget to vote for the best plays for next week using #MidweekBest. Midweek's Best.
And come back for more of the best next week. But for now, I'm Derek Cup for Pat Brunner and Pat Gunther. Have a great night, Tigers.
Salute.